how are you doing? I have another video later tonight. I've already done, haven't uploaded. I wanted to show you this one. I'm here in the basement, as is obvious, next to this dusty cobweb covered chair. I was just testing to make sure the line is clear on it. I'm gonna plastic dip it tonight, which is really messy. I got a cardboard box. I'm actually gonna cover it. I don't know if you know what plastic dip is, but it actually is like the vinyl covering that's on tool handles. And all I have to do is just pour it over top of this, let it set, flip it, do it on the other side, and all of this will be one continuous piece. The tape stays there, but will become invisible. This is an $800 N48 Gauss neodymium iron boron. It's dangerous as heck. If I had my fingers wrapped around it and I got around the washing machine or dryer over there, for example, it'd break my fingers, and it would certainly take my pinky finger off. So we have about 10.5 feet of copper coiling on this along the centrifugal edge and wrapping in a spiral around to the underside with 3 identical coils on the bottom side of the neodymium iron boron. And I gotta test this before I copper coat it. And here we go. There's the water leaking out, low pressure. But this is the world's most powerful structured water device. I'm all about simplicity. I certainly believe in simplicity. Simple things are divine, and divinity is simplicity. So the only thing you need is $800 monster magnets, about 20 feet of copper tubing. Plastic dipping it would be recommended. I actually have a copper sheet base on the underside of this. It actually serves nothing relevant to the structured water device. I have a couple videos, turn the water off there. I have a couple videos on the structured water superficially, and I'm completely against woo-woo. And what do I mean by woo-woo? Woo-woo is a reference to the New Age movement and anything relative to, well, just the New Age movement. Let me not be more specific without offending somebody's finer sensibilities. I'm trying to stay back and not get too close because it actually would wreck my phone if I got the phone a lot closer, which is what I'm recording with. But this is not woo-woo. I mean, all life is based upon water. The antenna for consciousness is water. Everything is water. Without water, there is no life. And people need to understand there's a distinction between quantitatively pure water, which is what comes out of your tap generally, if you ignore the chlorine in there, which is not good in and of itself, and we're not talking about chlorine. And there's qualitatively pure water. So quantitatively pure, qualitatively pure. We can actually measure how many solids, viruses, and whatnot, or particulate matter that's in city water, and I don't ever drink city water, but to change the qualitative nature of water, which is what a structured water device is about, is what a structured water device does, without sending it back into the aquifer for 60 years. What if you could actually change the qualitative nature of water? Instead of 60 years, say 6 seconds. I think it takes about, actually it takes about 10 seconds for the water, depending on the pressure level, to make its way around this. There's about 11 foot, and it's only around the centrifugal edge. This is actually the only place where magnetism actually exists, right here, and this is of course visible underneath the supercell. There is the centripetal zone right here, which shows up as a black spot on the countless 1,000+ videos of the supercell that I've shown everybody for the past many years. Yeah, there we go. Let me turn the water off before, there we go, before the cup runneth over. There's no magnetism here. This is increasing inertia and acceleration to the plane of inertia. This is a dielectric portal, if you will, at a loose vernacular. This is the only place where actual genuine magnetism exists, and it changed the qualitative nature of the water. We have 3 turns here, 3 turns down here before it exits. So we have nearly 11 feet of centrifugal magnetic exposure of the water inside of the copper tubing, and so that makes this the most prolonged and therefore the most powerful structured water device in the world. I always like to say that, even if it's simple, because the only thing we're looking at here is a really expensive magnet and copper tubing. That's all we're looking at here. So simple. The only thing left to do, and that'll take like 2 hours, coat the top and the side, wait for that to dry overnight, flip it over, and plastic coat the bottom of it. You can go to Lowe's or Home Depot to get plastic coat. I don't even know what plastic coat is. It's really simple. It's basically like liquid rubber, except it's a little bit different formulation. It doesn't interact or anything to do with the magnetism. It just makes this one single continuous structure so that you're not looking at copper coil and a magnet and tape on it. It will become one monoblock, one monolith of one thing, an inlet and an outlet, and be a structured water device that, as long as you didn't break it, or, you know, get your fingers caught between it and like the washing machine or the dryer or the refrigerator. I mean, it'll last generations. So there's no batteries. It's only 2 parts, giant neodymium iron boron and copper tubing. So there you have it, folks. Check out my other video. I've made a couple of videos in the distant past on structured water and the nature and secrets of water, including, I uploaded a list yesterday, including the secrets and the geometry of water. But I'm not interested in woo-woo. Please, superficially this sounds like woo-woo, and I have nothing to do with woo-woo. Woo-woo is basically like a slang term for new age stuff, you know, that's just irrational, illogical, not sensible, but structured water is not new age woo-woo. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, I know this chair is dusty. I'm in the basement. I think it's like dryer lint dust. I have a couple of these monster magnets, and I keep them down here so they don't interfere with... You can actually hold this one and actually vibrate it a little bit in your hands, and you can have the TV off all the way down the hall. As far as I can get away, like about 17 feet, you can actually see it affecting the TV just from the field induction from the monster magnet of the ether and affecting the image on an old CRT tube TV, which nobody uses anymore, but I have one in the back room. And the only reason I still have it in the back room is because it's enormously huge, enormously heavy, and I cannot move it. I need some help. So there you go, folks. There's the world's most powerful structured water device. Undoubtedly so, with 11 feet of travel, well, nearly 11 feet of travel of centrifugal magnetism. Thanks so much. Goodbye.